Each afternoon, real setups are broken down with entry strategies and the technical reasoning behind every trade. This is today's best trade setups with Verified Investing.
Welcome to today's best trade setups. My name is Benjamin Poole, head trader here at Verified Investing. In this video, we're going to cover 10 stock charts. Some of them are getting into some key support levels, some into key resistance level, and then the final one on Reddit, played this nice upswing trend line right into resistance. And if it breaks this, we have a nice gap in the charts just up ahead. First one we're going to go over, though, is the S&P 500 or the SPY. So here's this wide range red bar candle on the SPY. As you can see, this is a green candle currently trading at $749.81. If we can get a continued bid to the upside, you have this resistance at this previous gap in the charts at 751.87. But I really like this resistance level at the upper end of this red bar candle at $752.23. This is the area that I'm looking to short this, knowing I've got additional resistance at 754.78. So these are your key resistance levels on the SPY. A lot of you guys like the SOXX. It was getting really close to a really key resistance level, prior gap in the charts, red bar candle high. And then this red bar candle opening, look at the size of this red bar candle that was created on Thursday. So if we get another push, 601.50 is the level to short SOXX for me. This is not financial advice. This is just for educational and informational purposes only. But this is going to be a key resistance level, 601.50 for the SOXX. Now, because of this nice move to the upside, $566.32. If we can get back to the closing price on Thursday, this is going to be a ton of support on the chart of SOXX. Microsoft pushing up into this gap in the charts. So a couple weeks ago, we were monitoring this down-sloping trend line. Look at this. Pivot top here, secondary hit, third hit, broke out, but then gap below. Had a little bit of resistance here, but then gapped above it. What I was looking for is a retrace all the way down to this broken down-sloping trend line just below this low pivot. And look at this. Technical analysis is fantastic. Not only did it break below this pivot low, it recaptured or retagged this down-sloping trend line and got below $350. This was a no-brainer buy area on Microsoft. Now that we're pushing up, we have this little gap in the charts at $393.83. This is going to be a key resistance level on Microsoft. If we continue to fall, you have this gap. That's a great opportunity for some support at $372.98. AMD is pushing higher in the pre-market or during the market hours. Look at this gap in the chart sitting at $580.91. Ton of resistance in this area. Now, I do have logarithmic charts turned off, but look at this down move. From this gap, it gapped down 4%. Continued to run, got down 7% on the closing candle, and then got as low as 12 to 13% to the downside. This is telling me that when price action pushes up into this resistance level, wide range green bar candle, $580.91, there are going to be a lot of people who were over leveraged in the trade of AMD. And so that is where I would be looking to enter a short trade today on AMD. Now, I've already played this one time and taken some profits. Now, if we get above $572.75, this is the next level of resistance. And I would be loving for price action to get up there for an opportunity to go short. Now, if it does drop into this gap right here that was created on Thursday or today, really, and AMD decides to go slightly negative, $517.51 is your key support level on AMD. Google is pushing up today as well. Nice resistance level right here. Price finally got above. Hasn't really made a continuation move above it. But as you can see, a ton of support. Now that we're above this support level, what I'm looking at is two price consolidation areas. First one is a gap right here at $368.03. If we can get this continued push, that is going to be a great entry price or a level of resistance. And then just above that, at $373.29. I wouldn't mind dollar cost averaging all the way up into that level to take advantage of a couple different resistance areas. NVIDIA had this nice push. It looked like it was heading higher today, but with the rest of the stock market, NVIDIA is starting to sell off as well. Previous gap in the charts at $192.53. That is going to be a ton of support if it gets back into that level today. It would be negative on the day for NVIDIA. However, with this massive run to the upside, a pullback into 192.53 should be a ton of support, knowing that I've got this low pivot at $189.80. And then you zoom out in the charts, you have this gap that still needs to be filled. And once it hits 189.31, that is going to be another big level of support on NVIDIA. So these are the key levels that I'm looking at for the chart of NVIDIA if we can get either a bid to the upside or a continued sell-off. AMAT, nice upsloping parallel channel. Every once in a while, you get these nice upsloping parallel channels. So you got this pivot top here, secondary hit, third hit it beautifully. Now we're getting a little bit more of a pullback. So here, as you can see, the midline of this parallel channel has been support, broke below it, got below it, and then when it reattacked it from the underside, it was a ton of resistance. Got back down, created the lower end of the parallel channel. But look at how price has respected the midline. So we got above it right here on the 11th of June, got and retagged this upper end of the parallel channel. Now we're coming back into the midline. So you got to look at this as additional support. So if we drop a little bit more, you have this low pivot that was created on Thursday and the midline of the parallel channel. This is a great support level for AMAT, and that's at $581.25. Excuse me. So if we can get a continued sell, that is your entry price for a potential long. And the nice thing about this, it gives you a clear stop out. If it closes below that on a 15-minute closing basis, you could just look to stop out of the trade on AMAT and then look for additional support. Once you break the midline, you're coming all the way back in and retesting this gap in the charts just below the $500 level. And from current price, that is a $100 move to the downside, and that's another 16% pullback. Micron had a little bit of it's kind of neutral on the day. It's a red bar candle. However, price action is still high. If we can get a nice pullback into the $975.56 level, that's going to be a ton of support on the chart of MU. Not if it does break below that, you have this secondary level of support just below it at this low pivot at $950.28. So something like MU, where it's $1,000 stock, you could just look to dollar cost average every $9 to $10 or so lower. And if it does start closing below this low pivot on a 15-minute closing basis, that would be an area, that I would look to stop out of, because in your next level of support is this previous gap in the charts right here at $924.54. LITE, I was actually looking for LITE to sell off a little bit more. Prior gap in the charts. Here's a gap just above it that needs to be filled at $703.51. However, I would like to wait for LITE to pierce $700. But look at the negative sentiment that's going on in LITE at the moment. So this is not a swing trade level for me. This is just a day trade. Again, if we can get just below that $700 whole round number. Reddit, I was mentioning, every once in a while, you get these stocks that play out quite nicely, get these nice upsloping parallel channels, and then they tag the upper end with an upsloping parallel channel. This is more of a bearish setup. However, if it recaptures it because it's at the lower end, it could be making a leapfrog pattern, and that's what Reddit is looking to do. So if we start closing above the $200 level on a daily closing basis, then I would look at the next resistance level, and that's right here at $213.63. So let's think about this for a second. If you were bullish on Reddit right here, and then all of a sudden you were dollar cost averaging, and then you gapped lower, and then you started to run to the downside from this $213 level all the way to $119, you would be feeling a ton of pain. So that's a 44% sell-off just from this gap in the charts. So now Once price action gets close to your break even, most people are likely to take this trade off of the table, which is one of the reasons, additionally, with all this price consolidation, when price action gets up to the $213.63, that is why you're going to have a ton of resistance. Now, this is still a day trade. What I'd be looking at for a swing trade, pivot top here, secondary hit, third hit here. I would be waiting for a swing trade basis at a Pierce of about $238 for a potential short on a swing trade, knowing that if it does close above this down sloping trend line on a 15-minute, daily closing basis, because this would be a swing trade, then you could always look to stop out or identify additional resistance, which would be at 264.01, and then you have this pivot top all-time high at $283.47. Ton of different ways to play these things. It's fun to look at the charts and recognize when you have an upsloping parallel channel. When it hits that could be your potential entry price, or a midline of a parallel channel can also be great support and or resistance, depending on how extended it was from either upper end or the lower end. So if you have the opportunity, draw some trend lines, draw some parallel channels, and so that way you can get these setups instead of waiting for these videos to drop. And speaking of, if you could do me a favor and hit that like button, go ahead and subscribe if you're not already, and then ring that bell so you get notified when these videos drop. And we'll see you next time in the charts. You guys have a great rest of your day. Actually, VI course sales. So financial freedom. Go ahead and scan that QR code for me, and you can get up to 40% off some of these courses that have basically created the foundation for us traders here at Verified Investing. So that way you can stay on top of the markets instead of having to rely on somebody else. And we'll see you next time in the charts. You guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.